Fire signs. Here to do a quick little what aren't they telling you love reading. Okay, so hopefully y'all are having a good day. Like, share, subscribe. It's going to be for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Or you could be cross watching. Okay, so let's kind of go ahead and jump in. I'm just shuffling. I don't want to really like pull a card the way I usually do. So I'm gonna kind of do an unorthodox style, and I'm gonna just kind of pick. Like I won't shuffle the way you usually see or hear me shuffle. I'm just kind of pick from the middle. Okay. Give me one card on what they aren't telling my fire signs. Something that isn't being said. Sorry, I feel like a lot of these cards are already trying to jump out. Give me one card for what this person isn't telling my fire sign, sun, moon, risings, and Venus. All right. So we have Boys in the Hood. It says life lessons, lack, death, transition, poverty, vengeance, childhood friends, tempers, flares, and uncertain. Okay, so a part of what somebody could be telling you, especially because Boys in the Hood just kind of like resonated through my spirit, like literally just in this moment. So it makes me feel like, again, what somebody isn't telling you or what the person on your mind isn't telling you is that they could definitely be going through a financial rough patch. Granted, it already says lack, transition, poverty, you know what I'm saying, childhood friends, life lessons, transition. But Boys in the Hood, that I said Boys in the Hood, the name of the movie kind of just stood out to me right now, fire signs. For those of you of my urban people, you already kind of know what that gives, right? Boys in the Hood is more than just a movie, it's more than just a Megan Thee Stallion song or Girls in the Hood, right? But it's actually, again, poverty, being from the hood, being from rural areas, being from urban areas, more so for black and brown people, where poverty is a thing, you know what I'm saying? Struggle is a thing, lack mentality, not having finances, more or less basically being broke. You know what I'm saying? So this makes me feel like what people aren't telling you, or what the person on your mind specifically that you're like watching this for and you have this in your intention, what they aren't telling you is they could actually be struggling. They could actually be in a period of like trying to transition, trying to move on with their life, trying to like learn about certain things, right? This could also just be also with temperaments. Like maybe you're dealing with somebody who actually maybe used to have a past, right? Childhood friends is also on here. Temper flares is also on here. Vengeance is also on here. You know what I'm saying? So maybe somebody might have a bit of a past where like what they aren't telling you is they might have a little bit of an anger problem, a little bit of a temperament, be a little bit violent. Okay, they could have a bit of a temper where it's like I just grew up in a certain type of neighborhood and it kind of just, I'm a product of our environment. For some of you or others of you, what this person isn't telling you is that they again could be like poverty stricken, poor, having a hard time really like transitioning as far as their finances. Struggle is the word that keeps coming to me, so they could be financially struggling right now at this time. I feel guided to pull another one. When I was doing these over on Twitter, I only got one and I only needed one. I feel like guided to get another one real quick. NWA was interesting too. Is this person in a group or something? Like, is this like hive mentality? I don't know, because there's three in this card, and then now there's like how many was it? Four or five people in this card. But because with attitude is NWA is basically sort of like the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly, but sort of. You know what I'm saying? Urban America, ruthless, tour, rap music, controversial, express yourself, challenges, profanity, the police. You know what I'm saying? So again, very much again another rural situation. So fire signs, y'all could be dealing with somebody who might have a bit of a past or might have a bit of some affiliations, and this what this person isn't telling you. Like again, maybe they still hang out. You meet those people like that sometimes where they're kind of in between worlds. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they're not exactly who they used to be, but they not exactly both feet in who they're becoming either. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yeah, I might be clean cut, shaven, a businessman, a businesswoman, or whatever, but it's like, I still, can make a couple phone calls if I have to. You know what I'm saying? So it feels like that type of vibe. But it also kind of I feel like further confirms for me too that if this isn't like a rough around the edges type of person, product of their environment, maybe grew up in pretty bad, pretty harsh environments because of poverty, because of struggle in their childhood. This is someone who might either still be carrying that in one way or another, whether it be their mindset and the way they operate. Maybe they still have like some street hood type of tendencies, Or this could be someone who, again, maybe just grew up in financial struggle, and now at the age that they are now, they still are operating out of financial struggle. You know what I'm saying? It could sometimes be both. But honestly, this feels like sort of like one or another. Like this could be somebody who still kind of got like street hood affiliations, even though again they're trying to turn over a new leaf type of situation. So they're not telling you like, oh, I kind of got a bit of a temper. I kind of got a bit of a past. I kind of know some people who might know some people who aren't so good. Or it's on some like they're not telling you that again they just like grew up poor and that they still just are like having a rough time at it. Maybe they never learned how to properly budget. Maybe they never learned how to properly save. Maybe they have a very bad spend it and make it right back type of mentality, which isn't really conducive for people who similar to myself, who might have grown up in certain type of environments or just weren't the best well off financially. But again, that type of mentality doesn't help you gain wealth or longevity or long term financial stability for your children's children. You just kind of living for right now. You know what I'm saying? So take it for how it resonate. Give me something else for what these people aren't telling my fire signs. Okay, what is this person? What are they not telling my fire signs? For my Sagittarius, my Aries, my Leos. Yeah, Four of Wands is reversed. A lack of a home, a lack of financial stability, a lack of physical stability. So this could be someone who might even be homeless right now, doesn't have a lot of harmony in their life, might be house hopping. You know what I'm saying? It's something that this person isn't telling you, that they aren't really the most financial. Or you could know this, but again, the point is like what they aren't telling you. So this could be someone. That's why I said, do they have friends? So that could definitely be a thing too for some of y'all, right? That's why I said, do they got friends? They still got street. There's a lot of people in this card. There's a lot of people in both of these cards. There's three people here. It's five people here. Who are all these extra motherfuckers? So if they are homeless, again, this could be someone who's not telling you that they like house hopping or like couch hopping. Someone who is not physically stable. Someone who is not, structurally stable if they don't have a home, or maybe they're physically unstable. They always around. You know what I'm saying? There's a lack of harmony in their life. You know what I'm saying? With this Four of Wands reverse, the death card is reversed. So again, there's definitely there whoever you have on your mind definitely still got some stuff going on that they haven't really put to rest, right? Again, it could just be a lack mentality. Maybe they have a certain type of mentality about their finances that keep them in poverty, or again, maybe there's like for instance certain types of friends, considering all these people in these cars. Maybe there's certain type of friends that they keep around, certain type of habits and stuff that they still doing, and what they're not telling you is that they're not really getting rid of it, or that they haven't truly gotten rid of it. They might not want to tell you because it might make them look bad, where it's like, oh, I hang out with all type of awful profane, what I'm saying, individuals that I probably shouldn't be hanging out with. But it's like, I'm not gonna tell a person watching that. I'm not gonna tell a fire sign that, because they might judge me and look at me differently. But it's like they still might be affiliated in some things or with some people that they know they need to put to rest and they haven't. They could express themselves in a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Again, vengeance, childhood, tempers flaring up. So maybe what they're not telling you also is on some like, I have a hard time expressing myself because my temper get flared up, and as a product of my environment, I just know how to snap. I just know how to snap and pop. What Chris Tucker said, they call me snap and pop because I will snap and I will pop your ass in the mouth. Okay, it's like one of them things. It's like I don't really know how to use my words. Growing up in the neighborhood I grew up in, we used our hands. Growing up in the family I grew up in, we used our hands. But that's something they still haven't really gotten over yet. The Fool card is reversed. So again, this also feels like reckless and indulgent behavior. Aries energy is here. So Aries, you are here on the map with this. Scorpio energy is here. This could be somebody with some Scorpio in their chart. Again, could even be being reckless with their finances. Like I said, it might not even be a real thing of like their temperament or getting physical with somebody. It could also be on some like again, my finances. You know what I'm saying? I'm reckless with my money. I don't know how to save, right? That's probably why I am homeless or house hopping or whatever, because I don't really make the best decisions with my finances. But then again, it's like that's something that was taught. That's something that needs to kind of be a transition. Or this is something that people are trying to transition out of, but they're still working on it. Okay, because transition is here. It says lack, poverty, death. You have the death card twice, death, and then we have the death card here reversed. So again, this is something that somebody needs to put an ending to. The person you're thinking about that you got on your mind, they need to put an ending to this, right? But they haven't really done it yet. It could be something that is still in transition. Okay, so just take it for how it resonates. But this feels like reckless behavior. This feels like unstable behavior. Something will be exposed, though. Seven of Swords is reversed, and it came out reversed so far. All of the tarot cards have come out reversed. The Seven of Pentacles is also reversed. So something will be revealed. Give me this Seven of Swords on what's going on, what they aren't telling my fire signs. What they aren't telling my fire signs. Two of Swords is here. So again, it will make a conscious effort. Something will be exposed, and it feels like it'll be consciously. I feel like, so this makes me feel like whatever they aren't telling you, fire signs, they will come out and tell you. Give me a confirmation on that. Two of Swords makes me feel like they will come out and eventually tell you. Something will be said. Give me a confirmation on that. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. I am picking up a nervousness energy. This Two of Swords on top of the Seven of Swords. It's like a Nine of Swords energy, anxiety, okay, kind of being in their head, worry, fear. So again, Six of Pentacles. This could be somebody, if you are dealing with them, this could be somebody who's trying to tell you something or wants to tell you something they haven't told you yet, but this feels like they want to tell you, but they might be a little worried on like if you'll stop fucking with them. That could be the death card reversed too a little bit here. Where it's like they haven't really said nothing, that they kind of reckless. They haven't really told you how reckless they is. They haven't really shared about what's really going on, because it's like they might fear that you won't want to invest anything anymore. You won't really want to pour into a connection anymore. But I still feel like this feels like someone who's going to make a conscious effort to tell you. Okay, if it's something going on with their finances, they will tell you. Yeah, look. If it's something going on with their finances, they will tell you. If it's something about like who they hang with and the company that they keep, I feel like they will tell you. They just haven't told you yet. But this feels like if there's, at some point they will have to come clean to tell you whatever this is. Will they on themselves tell fire signs, or will this be something that will just be exposed naturally? Will they come clean themselves? Yeah, I don't know. This Two of Wands made me feel like, yeah, in order to really progress, in order to really move something forward with you, fire signs, this is somebody who understand and know that they will absolutely have to like come clean themselves. So again, that confirms this Two of Swords, right? A conscious effort, a conscious decision, a conscious choice to do something, to say something, to expose something. Where it's like, hey, this is what's going on with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I kind of hang out with some people that I probably shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Or hey, maybe this is what I'm going through. Or hey, just to be honest, I kind of have a bit of a temper. I kind of have a bit of a thing. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like I should say that to you before it gets too far. You know what I'm saying? Type of situation. Like that's kind of what it feels like a little bit. Yeah, and as I look down and I'm sipping my coffee, my eye catches the word controversy. So yeah, I'll take that as confirmation to say that yeah, somebody might be having a little bit of anxiety on coming clean about something or just being forthright and telling you something, fire signs, because they might feel like it'll start some controversy. They might feel like it'll kind of really trigger something or start something or say something. And if not really like start something or say something, it could just be again generally feeling like if they say something about it or if they come clean about it or if they be forthright, you might not want to deal with them anymore. And I feel like, to be completely honest, if they don't say anything, you still might not want to deal with them. So I feel like, and as a fire sign, right? I feel like we all can be in unison and agree that tell me already ahead of time before I find out. I might respect it a little bit more if you could just be honest and come clean. Yeah, I might feel how I feel. I might say what I say. I might have my reserves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Make a face or whatever like that. But don't let me find out through the motherfucking grapevine. Me and you finna have a real bigger problem if I got to find out through the grapevine. You know what I'm saying? It kind of feel like one of them things. Um, kind of sort of feels like one of those things. Kind of sort of feels like one of those moments. So yes, it's interesting. Give me a love card, and then I want to pull a couple of love and sex cards. Let me see. Grab me a universal love deck card for what aren't they telling my fire signs? What aren't they telling my fire signs? You might not know now, but you will. Didn't I just say that? You might not know now, but you will, is basically what this card says. It says, think of someone very, very special to you. Now feel yourself bursting with love for them. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak them in that love. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak yourself in my love. So yeah, this feels like someone who actually might be going through something. This feels like someone who actually might be going through something. So what they aren't telling you, fire signs, is whoever this is, whatever this energy is, it feels like they could be kind of going through a rough patch right now. You might not know what's going on right now, but you will, as I just said and confirmed that again. It feels like whoever this is will come clean. It feels like they'll make the conscious effort themselves to kind of expose themselves, or just kind of let it be known. Because this could be someone who might have been moving very strategically. You know what I'm saying? This could be someone who might have been trying to be very calculated in order to maybe avoid sharing something or avoid something being exposed about themselves. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. But this feels like somebody who will eventually just come out with it, where it feels like it'll be easier. Like, okay, I don't got to be super calculated about it. I don't have to be trying to, cover my tracks about stuff. If I just go ahead and come clean and tell fire sign what's going on. But I do feel a little bit of hesitancy and anxiety on if I say this or if I expose this truth about myself, will they still want to be around? Will they still care? So I do feel like, again, this is something that you will eventually figure out. But in the meantime, and even after you figure it out, it seems like you need to kind of share and pour some love into this person. And I'm not saying coddle, kiss ass, or none of that. But what I am saying is send a prayer up, okay, and send this person some love via whatever they got going on, because they may just have a lot going on and they're not sharing you, where it could just be, again, affiliations of past stuff. Maybe they really are homeless and just down on their ass. Maybe they really are going through a rough patch financially. Maybe it's just, again, things that they be going through, right? Again, transition is on this card. So this could be somebody who is trying to transition into being a better person, is trying to transition into doing better things, is trying to transition into a better life, but they are just really having a hard go of it right now. Okay, winter is here. So winter could have been significant to this person, or could be significant to you. Or this could also be a merit to say that things kind of went cold. So the relationship could feel kind of cold right now. Things could feel kind of like dried up. Winter is when all the flowers and shit die. So, it could kind of feel very bleak and bland, but it's like, be mindful of what's going on. You will eventually be made aware of what's going on this person's end that they aren't sharing with you. It says, you trigger me. So again, this could be somebody who, like I said, they're probably trying not to talk about it or share. Again, maybe they really are having some real down bad financial problems, but it's like, I don't want to tell fire signs. I don't want them to look at me differently. You might not feel that, like, you know what I'm saying? Why would I look at you differently? You might feel like you wouldn't, but this person feels like you might. So it's like they're not exactly telling you what's going on. There might be a level of not really sharing the full story with you. Okay. Sexual tension is here. So again, they do definitely think about you. Okay, they are definitely thinking about you, especially if this is someone you've been intimate with sexually. I definitely think they still think about it. Okay. And it says, in any lifetime, I'll still pick you. Okay, so again, it feels like things could have maybe perhaps went cold or felt cold right now at this time. I'm trying to better myself so I can give you what you deserve. Yeah, and this was the last card that I was going to take. I'm trying to better myself so I can give you what you deserve. So this could be someone who's kind of quiet. You could maybe be in a period, if y'all aren't in actual separation, maybe you guys are in a period of just like not talking, question mark. Or maybe they just haven't been as communicatively forward. It's because they're going through something. You will definitely know what's going on, but it's like they're kind of trying to handle something on the back end without really giving you too much information and without trying to kind of reveal their hand so you know what's going on. I do feel like, though, again, they will eventually say something. Okay, they will eventually let you know what's going on. But they are kind of fearing a level of judgment. So like I said, fire signs, just kind of send some love right now. It seems like whoever you're thinking about might kind of be, again, really, really, really dealing with their own BS. And we all have our own BS that we all dealing with. Life is hard and tough for everybody, child. Okay, not just you, not just me, but everybody. It's a lot going on in the world. It's a lot going on in people's personal life. Okay, so just try to give a little level of grace. I know it might be hard. You run out of patience. You don't really know what's going on, and I'm sure that might feel really frustrating. But work with what you can work with, and just hope for the best. Okay, nothing about this feels like this person has ill intentions. It just feels like, again, they might be in like this transitional period where you know something might be going on. They got one foot in what was and then one foot in what is, and they trying to bridge the gap as best they can without exposing their shortcomings too much to you, because it seems like whoever this is might like really have you on a pedestal. That's all. Like, share, subscribe, leave some comments if it resonate. My name is B, just in case if you are new around these parts. If you're accustomed to being here, thanks for coming back and checking this out. Drop down below if you want to find me on other platforms, or if you just want to book a personal reading and all of that good jazz. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.